All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for the Rich. Can you believe I just said that? Thanks for the Rich CELENZA show. What am I thinking? Anyways, thanks for checking in. What I'm going to call this podcast is actually, do you feel deflated, or are you always feeling deflated? Something like that. Because I think a lot of people don't talk about the way they feel throughout a day when certain things they see kind of deflates them or depresses them. It could be even for short little stints. And I think I go through this too at times, especially when I see something I want, or maybe something I had before that I lost maybe, or just something. It could be even just seeing somebody, it could be even ill, or seeing somebody who's homeless, or just all these different types of things I think we see throughout the day, and that we're also going through. I can receive a text that can make me kind of excited, then the next one deflates me. And I'm like, oh man. Like, it's these emotional ups and downs. I did a podcast. I'm trying to remember the name of it because I do so many of them. But it was like, take the emotional hit. A lot of times we're going through these emotions throughout the day, weeks, months, years. And you just got to learn how to become self-aware to say, you know what, I feel this way at this point. It's not going to be forever. That's happy or sad or anything in between. To say, oh, okay, I'm mad right now, but let me calm down. Let me think this through before I overreact. Also, I'm kind of sad right now, or I'm aggravated. Let me just take some time away to figure this out, or just rest. Maybe I need a nap, or maybe I just need to read something. Maybe I need to talk something through. But these emotional, what I'm talking about here in this case is kind of seeing things. And when you see certain things again, it can be, say, a certain car that you've always wanted. Right? I talk a lot about this with my friends. And even if we go to a car show, they always want a certain car, and I can see they get excited when they see it, and then the conversation may turn. It's like, man, I'm never going to be able to afford to buy this car. Or, man, I can't believe I never got this car. Or, man, my car is shitty. Again, you kind of saw something, and it took you kind of an emotional roller coaster. One, it excited you, and then actually at the end it deflated you. It's kind of like a roller coaster. And I see this too with a lot of things. It could be even, especially when you're kind of struggling financially, or you're afraid to spend money. You're driving maybe past your favorite restaurant. You're like, man, I loved going there, but now I can't even go. I can't waste my money there. I can't, whatever. It could be when you're in the mall a lot of times. You're just having a good time with somebody, whatever, and you see something you love. You're like, oh, man, that's what I want. You look at the price. Boom, deflated. Now you're pissed, right? And sometimes we just keep carrying that through. We're going in. The one thing I like to address in my podcast, I think a lot of people, when it comes to just giving their opinions on people, it's always kind of telling you how to get out of the state of mind, and then to learn how to just kind of wipe it, clean. And don't think that way, you got to think this way. I think a lot of it's bullshitty. I think we have to understand we have all these different emotions throughout the day. It's really hard to reprogram your emotions. I don't even know if that can be done. I understand reprogramming your mindset, but it's really hard to feel like this a lot of times. That's almost impossible, I think, no matter who you are, especially considering we all live different lives, and we all have different just brain activity, and what we're doing throughout the days. Constantly we're evolving and changing, especially in our environment. It'd be hard for me to say somebody who's in poverty or doesn't have as much as me to think this way and feel this way, and if they could get addressed in this fashion, what not to do. That's ridiculous. But what I do in this case, like talking about this emotional roller coaster, I guess you could say as well, is acknowledging it and understanding it, and then maybe learning from it. If you do want, I'll just use the car example. It could be a home, for instance, as well. I get a lot of people drive past certain communities that they may want to live in. It may be just a better community, or you want to move to another state. I don't know if it's country or whatever, and you're kind of always researching it, but every time you see it, you get excited, and then it deflates you, right? And every time you drive past that neighborhood you always want to go to, you're kind of excited because you want to go there and you want to check it out, and then you get there, and then you're like, even if you're looking at certain homes that are out of your price range, you're all excited, you're looking like, this is gorgeous, then it hits you, oh my God, I can't afford this. You're getting deflated, right? I understand all these things, but again, if you can take what you truly want and get creative and figure out maybe there is a way to get what you want. But you have to understand a lot of times that shit takes time. A lot of time. For somebody who's in a $350,000 house that wants to live in $1 million community type of house, that's a big jump. Of course, you probably can maybe do it, and maybe you could do it quickly. I don't know. But instead of letting it deflate you, kind of trying to get, let it inspire you a little more. And that's what I've been kind of doing in my life a lot of times, because I do think and a lot of people don't want to admit, there's a jealousy component, even though that's one of the things I despise most is jealousy. But I think to a certain degree, a lot of people at certain times regarding certain things are a little jealous. Or they're down on themselves because they didn't achieve what they want to achieve. And maybe someone close to them did. Maybe someone close to you is making a lot more money than you are. Maybe someone close to you is getting a lot more possessions. Maybe they're in a better relationship. Maybe they just live a better lifestyle. And I think a lot of people don't want to admit that. Not only do they take the emotional, deflation, they also get jealous. It's like a 1-2 punch. Like, you see the car you always wanted, man, oh, that's awesome. Let me take a look at it. You take a photo and you're talking to the owner. Then you're kind of walking away like, what the, man, I can't buy that car. Now you're deflated. You're like, well, that guy's an asshole anyways because he's got the car. I don't know, like that. Like, you just turn it on itself. You took something that you like, and then before you know it, you're almost mad that you don't have it. You're almost not happy for the person who does. It's kind of crazy again with all these things when I talk about emotions, but I will wrap it up saying this. If you do feel throughout the day, and I'm sure a lot of you do, constantly feeling kind of deflated because of a lot of things you see you can't afford or you're not accomplishing. It could be on social media, it could be watching videos, it could be the news, and you see other people doing a lot of things you want to do. I get it. But again, if you keep letting things kind of destroy you, you know what I mean? I don't know how you're going to ever figure out a way on how to get them if that's truly what you want. Take the hit again emotionally and then start getting creative. And here's the thing, if you truly want something in your life, you got to go after it. Again, you may not always achieve it. People are always going to bullshit you and say, you know what, I want to be a billionaire. How many billionaires are out there? You may become one, I'm not saying it. But take the journey. Give it a shot. You'd be shocked at how far you could go in life, and you never know. Why not you? I should do a podcast on that. I once heard a football player say that. Like, when he was trying his whole life to become a professional quarterback, and, the odds and everything, and his father kept saying, why not you? Why not you? Maybe instead of always being deflated, right, we kind of turn it around and back to getting excited about it and keep that excitement and hold on to it. Not let it turn into something very depressing. I know that's hard to do at the beginning, but I'm pretty good at, I don't care if I go to $1 million my friends' homes. I'm excited to be there. Me personally, I leave there. I look at it as being a major expense and a major problem. I love going there, enjoying a lot of my friends and family members' homes or being in their cars, luxury cars, or just a lot of things. And instead of me getting deflated, I'm actually excited for them. Instead of me kind of letting certain things deflate me. And I know other people, especially maybe family members, friends, I can even tell when you leave, if you go in groups, they're like, they're kind of miserable. And you can tell there may be a jealousy component. They're aggravated, they don't have that. Or they think they're wasting their money. Or there's all these stupid things that are kind of negative. So I just want to do a podcast on this because I think a lot of people throughout a day, we talk about like, oh, I'm depressed because of my job, or I'm mad. Or I'm mad about my weight, or I'm mad about my bad habits or whatever. But I also think there's that other component throughout the day that we're constantly kind of getting hit with. And it could be even political news, it could be religion, it could be all these things that you have these ups and downs where they're hitting you and they just deflate you and you just feel miserable very quickly. So, you got any questions or comments, you can hit me up. I'm at richcelenza.com. I'm also at masteringselfconfidence.com. Take care.